This conference will now be recorded.
So just to introduce, let me introduce myself. I am Pawan. So a trainer for the following programming languages like C and C++, for core Java, for Python like core Python and advanced Python, and some cloud computing technology called Salesforce. So having around 17 years of experience, in especially in teaching itself. So till now, more than 60 core Java batches I handled, very few batches of C++, and C almost reaching 200 batches. And from the last corona pandemic situation, from last year we started core and advanced Python also. Core almost 10 batches crossed till today, and very few advanced batches also handled, and a very few Salesforce technology batches also. So this is all brief profile about myself. And coming to the first session on the core Java, what are the topics that I am going to cover? I shared some information with all people in groups. Let me show you something. What is the syllabus that I am going to cover? Mentioned very clearly each and every point. So maybe today or tomorrow we are going to understand what is meant by object orientation. What is the difference between procedure and object orientation? What will be the small story about Java? What are the various features of Java and applications of Java? The basic point is, I don't know, the students who have completed their Java in their academics, like in the BTech or MTech or MCA, whatever it may be, even after completion of their course, like any course, otherwise you may took this Java course somewhere, people are unable to answer what is a class and what is an object. Almost more than one session, one complete session, we are going to talk about what is class and what is an object, and what are the various whoops features we are having. So if I want to write a first program in the Java language, what are the various steps I have to understand? What are the various steps involved in executing the program? And what will be the basic structure of a Java program? Almost these are all fundamentals. So most of the cases, people will escape all these points, but we are supposed to understand each and every point very clearly. And what is meant by J shell also, very recently Java people also may be inspired from Python language. So in Python we are having something called Python shell. Maybe Java people also inspired. After looking at the beauty of the Python shell, Java people introduced a J shell. What is mean by J shell? When it is introduced, what is mean by J shell? And when it is introduced, so version to version, what are the features implemented? So in Java 9th version, maybe in the year 2017, this J shell concept was introduced. That means almost 4 years back, they have introduced this concept called J shell. But you know, this Python shell is almost from the beginning of Python, from 1991. In Python, we have a concept called, not concept, a feature called Python shell. But whereas Java people introduced the same thing in the year 2017. So we are going to discuss what is J shell, what is the beauty of the J shell, what we can do with the J shell. Then after, what are the various data types? What are the various data types that are available in the Java? First object oriented program, almost it will take 1 to 1.5 hours to explain the first object oriented program, almost it will take more than 1 hour. Very detailed explanation we are going to have about the first object oriented program. Then after we will practice 3 to 4 programs in order to understand how to write the programs in object orientation. Then what are the variables, what is a variable, what are the types of variables, like we are going to understand everything. So what are the types of methods we are having in the Java, and what is meant by constructor. With respect to the constructor, each and every point we are going to cover. We are going to dive into the deeper level. In each and every topic, we are going to dive into the deeper level. And what are the various keywords like access specifiers we are having, something like public, protected, private, static, final, abstract, strict FP, synchronized, what is meant by transient, what is meant by binding, what is meant by binding, what stands for static binding and dynamic binding, and polymorphism concept. With respect to the polymorphism, what is static polymorphism, what is a dynamic polymorphism, inheritance, command line argument, what is the beauty of wrapper classes, what is the advantage of abstract class and abstract method, what are interfaces, what is a package, exception handling in detail. We are going to discuss exception handling, file IO programming, multi-threading, lot of stories there we are going to discuss. All these concepts we are going to discuss. From my side, I can assure you, you are going to get a quality teaching. Quality teaching, no doubt at all, at the rate of very nominal fees. Very nominal fees. As I mentioned that nominal fees is around 500. Every day after completion of your session, every day after completion of your session, just by 9 o'clock, just before 9 o'clock, this session is going to be uploaded in Drive. It is going to be uploaded in Drive, so that because of your because of your job pressure, or maybe because of your academic tight schedule, or because of any health reason or network issue, because of any reason, if you didn't attend today's session, don't worry. For everyone who registered, the paid students, you are going to get every session recorded video will be uploaded in your Drive. So for that, we are not collecting any extra amount. Only nominal fees 500 to provide you the best quality teaching. And this is all the syllabus what I am going to cover. Now let me start the today's session without wasting our time. So if time permits, at least from every version, I will talk about at least one feature. So these are all versions in the Java. These are all versions in the Java. Java 12th version, 13th version, 14th version. Current version is Java 16. Sir, current version is Java 16. You know how to know that? So what is the Java latest version in the Google Chrome? You can ask Java latest version. Observe here. So standard edition 16th. So Oracle.com. Actually, Java software was developed as a part of some project by Sun Microsystem, but that company sold out this project to the Oracle Corporation. So currently Java is maintained by the Oracle people. So that's why www.oracle.com, the latest version is 16. From version to version, these people are going to introduce the new features. So I listed out some of the features which we could able to understand. So if time permits, in every version, what is the feature introduced, at least 1 or 2 points we are going to understand. Now let me start the today's session. Do you know, in today's session, what we are going to discuss? You people are waiting with much curiosity. My first question is, what is Java? What are the flavors? What are the flavors? What are the flavors available in Java? What are the flavors available in Java? And the next one is, What is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite to learn Java? What is the prerequisite to learn the Java? And next one, what are the otherwise what do I become? What do I become after learning this course? After learning this course, what do I become? So what is Java, and what are the various flavors that are available in Java? And one more question, where is Java is used? Where is Java used? So we will try to talk about each and every question. What is Java? What are the flavors that are available in the Java? What is prerequisite to learn Java? What do I become after learning this course? And where is Java is used? Suppose if somebody will ask you a question like what is C? Otherwise, what is C++? General question, if anybody will ask you what is C and what is C++, we can answer them. C and C++ both are programming languages. Am I correct or not? Both are programming languages. Both are programming languages. So like that, if somebody will ask me what is Java, I can answer them simply Java is a programming language. Simply Java is a programming language. Suppose still they are asking, still they are insisting you, can you please elaborate what is C? Then I can answer them, C is a procedure oriented programming language. C is a procedure oriented programming language, whereas C++ is a object oriented programming language. Object oriented programming language. Now, sir, what is Java means? You know, my first answer is Java is a object oriented programming language. Java is a object oriented programming language. Now the question is, even after learning core Java at your college level or somewhere you have learned this Java in some other institute, most of the people are unable to answer what is meant by object orientation. They couldn't able to answer what is the difference between procedure orientation and object orientation also. So without knowing this term, what is meant by object orientation, as per my knowledge, absolutely you people are unfit to learn about Java programming language. So our main concentration before learning or before writing any program in the Java, every student must have a thorough knowledge about what is meant by object orientation. And before that, what is the procedure orientation? Already there is some procedure called procedure orientation. Why people are going for object orientation? I want to know that. I must have some clarity. So either today if time permits or tomorrow, definitely we are going to understand one total session, almost 1 hour we are going to discuss about procedure orientation and object orientation. After that, you will get a lot of clarity about what is procedure orientation and object orientation. So what is our first answer? When somebody will ask me what is Java, my first answer is Java is an object oriented programming language. Sir, what is C means? C is a programming language. Still again you are asking me the same question. I can answer that, okay, you are expecting something more than this answer called programming language. I can answer you, C is a procedure oriented programming language, not more than that. But Java, if you look at Java as a just programming language, it's a blender. Java is not only a programming language, Java is a platform. Java is a platform. Java is a platform. If you look at Java as just a programming language, you are mistaken. Java is more than that. Java is also a platform. So immediately you will get a doubt, sir, what is meant by platform? We don't have any idea about the term called what is platform. Now I will ask you one question. If anybody knows this answer, can you please text me? In your C++, what is the entry point of the program? From where execution starts? Anyone text me? If you know the answer, let me see who will answer this question first. Excellent. Niranjan. Main is the entry point of the program. Correct. Reddy. Correct. Main is the entry point of the program. Main function will be the entry point of the program. Right. Gayatri also. Correct. So main is the entry point of the program. Now one more question for you people. One more question. You answered me excellently. So main is the entry point of the C, C++ programs. Now my question is, in your C, C++ programs, who calls main function? And before answering this question, I will ask you one more question. Just wait. Before answering this question, I will ask you one question. If a function is created by you, is that a function will be executed? Is that a function will be executed on its own? What is your answer? Yes or no? Sir, if any function is created by me, is that a function will be executed on its own automatically without calling? Is that a function is going to be executed automatically? No, never. Sir, a function must be called by some other function or someone else. Never a function will be executed on its own. Now, based on this point, sir, just now you said that if a function is defined by the user, it has to be called by someone. Now my question is one more interview question. Is that a main function? Anyone who knows answer, please answer this question also. Is that a main function is predefined function or user defined function? What is your answer? Anyone tell me? Fill the blank. Is it a predefined function or user defined function? What is the correct answer? Is it predefined or user defined? Excellent. Most of the students are answering me. Sir, main is the predefined function, sir. Main is the predefined function. Now, one question I will ask you. Sir, assume today C batch is going on. So in that batch, I have a task. Find out given number is even or odd. I will write the program int main, open bracket, closing bracket. Within the open bracket and closing bracket, we have to write the logic. To check given number is even or odd. Am I correct or not? We are supposed to write the logic within the open and closing curly bracket. We are supposed to write the logic within the open bracket and closing bracket. Now the question is, who is going to write this logic? Is that a Dennis Ritchie will come and write this logic? Yes or no? Anyone tell me? Who is going to write this logic? Dennis Ritchie is the father of C programming language. Is that Dennis Ritchie will come and write this logic? No. Who is going to write? Suppose if I am writing myself, my name is Pavan. So Pavan sir will write this logic. If your name is Hari will write. If your name is Naveen is going to write the logic. If your name is Gayatri is going to write this logic. Now, sir, after 10 minutes, I have one more thing. So in a bank account number, from a bank account, I want to perform some withdraw operation. Now I will write the logic like int main, open bracket and closing bracket. Sir, within this main function, I have to write the logic how to withdraw some amount from specified account number. Who is going to write the logic? Is that a John Stroudstrup will come? Who is John Stroudstrup? Father of C++. Is that a James Gosling will come and write this logic? Sir, who is that James Gosling? He is the father of Java. Is that Guido van Rossum will come and write this logic? Who is that Guido van Rossum? He is the father of Python. Nobody will come and write the logic as per your requirement. User has to write the logic. Now everyone, in every program for main function, who is writing the logic? Who is developing the body for the main function? Who is developing? Ourselves. Yes or no? Ourselves. Yes or no? Now tell me, sir, for any function, if the body is developed by user, then can we call it as a predefined or user defined? Is it predefined or user defined? So no doubt at all, it is user defined. So main is not a predefined function. Sir, main is a user defined function. But you know why most of the students will have a confusion? Because this name is the only predefined name. Only the function name must you have to compulsory use main. Because of that reason, 99% of the student will get confused. Main can predefined function. It's wrong. Main is not a predefined function. Main is a user defined function. Now understood this point, everyone? Basic interview question. Now another question. Can I ask one more question? Are you ready to answer? Can I ask one more question? How is it user defined? You are not supposed to ask like this. Already just I have explained. So user defined function means for any function, if the body is defined by yourself, then it is considered as user defined function. In every program, who is going to write the logic inside the main function? Ourselves only. But only thing is the name of that function must be main, except that the logic for every main function in every program is going to write user only. Because of that, it is considered as a user defined function. Now the next question is, in your C, C++ program, if you run the program, now already I mentioned here, who calls main function? Who calls main function? Do you know who calls main function? Your operating system. Sir, in which computer you are running this program? In that computer, whatever operating system is there, that operating system is responsible to call the main function. So your C++ programs, your C++ programs, your C, C++ programs always run under the control of operating system. Under the control of operating system. But you know, Java programs, Java programs will never run under the control of the operating system. Java programs will never run under the control of operating system. Keep it in mind. Java programs will never run under the control of operating system. Under the control of operating system. Now you may have a doubt. Sir, if the Java programs are not running under the control of operating system, who is going to run the Java program? Who is going to call the main method of your Java program? Even the Java program also, main is the entry point of the program. Even in the Java program also, main entry point of the program. That is going to call this main function for is having its own environment. Or its own runtime environment, which we can call it as technically JVM, Java Virtual Machine. to run Java programs, Java is having its own runtime environment. So technically calling it is JVM. Right? Is my voice is breaking for everyone? Is my voice is breaking? Yes or no? Is my voice is breaking? Please let me know. Again, I will wait for one minute. Please, I will discontinue and I will connect the session for 1 minute. Connect the now. What about now? Still voice is breaking. Me, what about still is breaking? Again my session. Still voice is breaking. Still is breaking. Are you facing the issue? Enable your mic. Please come to text voice. My still voice is breaking up.
Sir, breaking.
Break, sir.
Sir, breaking.
Break, sir. Right. Please wait. Maybe there is a small is there. Maybe due to internet connection, maybe a small issue with the Wi-Fi. So let me continue. If there is any problem, no problem. We will repeat the points tomorrow also. Can I continue the session? Can I continue?
Still breaking, sir.
Still breaking voice. Just 1 minute. I will change the network connection. Still, everybody is saying that voice is breaking. Just 1 minute. Let me change the. Connection. Now tell me what about now?
Now clear, sir. Now clear, sir.
Is it clear now? Okay, right. So if there is any issue, just text me. I will try to solve the issue. Okay. Now just changed my data connection. Now let me continue the session. So what is that? Can you please tell me what is Java is a platform? Why Java is a platform means your C++ programs always run under the control of operating system. But coming to the Java program, Java programs will never run under the control of operating system. To run Java programs, Java is having its own platform, runtime environment, and also Java API. Together we can call it as a platform. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Something called, you may call it as a Java library. Java library. So with the support of Java library and a runtime environment, together we can call it as a platform. Together we can call it as a platform. Now for the first question, we have one more answer to fill. Sir, Java is not only programming language, Java is not only object oriented programming language, Java is not only platform, Java is a technology. Java is a technology. Have you ever heard about this word? Have you ever heard about this word in any textbook or in any resource? So C is a technology. Have you ever heard about this word? C is a technology. C++ is a technology. Have you ever heard about this word like C is a technology? C++ is a technology. So never. But we can say Java is a technology. Sir, Java is a technology. Sir, what is that technology part? You know, this technology part will be covered under advanced Java. Sir, this technology part will be covered under advanced Java. So without knowing any technology part, we can't develop any web application. Sir, we can't develop any web application. So your online banking system, your online payment system, online booking system, online reservation system, whatever the websites, whatever the services of softwares you are enjoying through web browser, if you are having internet, through internet, if you are enjoying the services of any application through web browser with internet connection, so those kind of applications are nothing but web applications. So to develop web application, compulsory what must be required? Technology part must be required. So this technology part will be covered in advanced Java. Clear, right? So now what are the various answers for the first question? What is Java means? Java is an object-oriented programming language. Java is a platform. Platform is nothing but runtime environment plus API, and also Java is a technology. So Java is a technology. Is that was clear for everyone? Now coming to the next one. So you know what are the flavors that are available in the Java? What are the various flavors according to the your Sun Microsystem or Oracle Corporation? Java 2 Standard Edition, Java 2 Micro Edition, Java 2 Enterprise Edition. What stands for SE? SE stands for Standard Edition. ME stands for something like Micro or Mobile Edition. EE stands for Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition. You are learning core Java means you are learning something, some portion of the J2SE, some portion of the J2SE. So we are learning core Java means which flavor we are learning? We are learning Standard Edition flavor. Java 2 Standard Edition, but not complete portion. Very some portion of the J2SE. The remaining portion of the J2SE and this Enterprise Edition will be covered in advanced Java course. So in our advanced Java, we are going to cover the remaining portion of the Standard Edition and some part of the Enterprise Edition. We are learning core Java means what? We are learning something about Standard Edition, but not completely, to possible extent, to some extent. Now everybody is comfortable with this terminology called SE, ME and EE. So in our olden days, in our mobiles, there are certain games. So those games are generally developed with one Java version, Java flavor called as a mobile edition or micro edition. In our olden days, before our Android mobile came into the picture, so in our olden days, whatever the mobiles we used, in those mobiles, whatever the games, most of the games are developed with this micro or mobile edition. Now coming to the question number 3. Sir, what is the prerequisite to learn Java? Means what? What should I know thoroughly if I want to understand the Java course? What should be thoroughly known to me? Something like this is the meaning of this question. What is the prerequisite to learn Java? Most of the people I asked this question when I'm handling more than 60 to 70 batches. Usually I have a habit of asking the same question when I start any Java batch. 70 to 80% of the people, sir, C++ is mandatory to learn Java. How many of you support this statement? Yes or no? Sir, C++ is mandatory to learn Java? Yes or no? What is your answer? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now listen very carefully. Suppose by chance, if you know C++, if you know C++, you will be confused a lot. You will be confused a lot while learning core Java or any Java course, core or advanced. If you do not know anything about C++, you are the most luckiest fellow. You are the most luckiest fellow. That's it. As per my view, if you don't know C++, with a clean mind, whatever I am teaching, you are going to get everything with perfection. But if you know C++, again confusion will be started. Sir, what is the reason? You know, C++ is an object-oriented programming language. Even Java also object-oriented programming language. So unnecessary confusion will come. Sir, in C++ we have inheritance is there. In C++ we implemented inheritance in this manner, but you are teaching same inheritance in Java in a different manner. What is the reason, sir? Can you please compare? So unnecessary comparisons will come. So don't focus such a kind of comparison. If you don't know C++, you are the most luckiest fellow. Now, what is prerequisite to learn Java means, as per my knowledge, very fundamentals of your C programming language. Highly recommended. If any student is attending the session without having C knowledge, highly recommended, don't attend core Java sessions. You won't understand even 1% also. You must have some knowledge about what is a variable, what is mean by data type, what are operators, at least what is mean by if and if else, conditional control statement. You must have minimum basic idea what is while loop, what is a for loop, what is the do while. These are called as something called a loop control statement. You must have minimum idea about what is an array. You must have thorough knowledge how to write a function, You must have minimum basic idea about the structure concept. So if you know all these things, not in depth, not required, minimum idea, if you know, no doubt you are eligible to learn core Java. But you don't know anything about any one of these topics, absolutely don't continue the session. Clear, right? So what is prerequisite to learn Java? Very fundamentals of C programming language is more than sufficient to learn core Java. Clear, right? And before moving to the question number 4, let me ask you something. Where is Java is used? Now, before answering this question, I want to ask you one question. Where is C language is used? Where is C language is used? Anyone? Do you have any idea? Do you know, sir, softwares are to develop softwares. System softwares are there, application softwares are there. System softwares and application softwares. Sir, any software that is designed to meet the needs of a computer, any software that is designed to meet the needs, specifically the software is not useful for me. Sir, it is designed to meet the needs of computer. Such a software is called as a system software. Sir, suppose, so the software what I have developed, it is meeting our requirement, to meet my requirement. Sir, to meet my requirement, if I develop any software, such kind of softwares are nothing but application software. Suppose your hotel bill generation, online reservation system, online movie booking system, your online banking. Sir, these are all the softwares that are developed to meet our needs. Such type of softwares are called as application softwares. But remember, to run a bus, driver is required. To run a train, who is required? Even here also something called driver is required. Pilot is required to flight, to make a aeroplane to flight in the air. So to run your computer, what is required? To run your computer, what is required? Sir, some driver is required. That driver is nothing but operating system. So your operating system will act as a driver for your computer. So operating system is a program that will use it to control all hardware components of computer. Sir, computer consisting of several hardware components. To control all of them, I require one program. That program is nothing but a operating system. Sir, this is one software. This is one software. Now, have you ever observed this point or not? I don't know. Suppose you purchased one mouse or keyboard. When you attach that, when you plug in that new mouse or any wired mouse or wireless mouse or whatever it may be, when you plug in something in the USB port, immediately in the notification bar, it will display something searching for drivers. Have you ever observed that? Whenever a new component is connected to your computer, either a printer or a pen drive or any mouse or any keyboard, any new component is connected to your computer, your OS will search for drivers. So those are nothing but device drivers. Those are nothing but device. To detect that driver, to detect that device, I require one program, so that device also will come under the control of operating system. So language translators, sir, language translators, something like assembler, something like compiler, something like interpreter. So these are all nothing but translators. Compiler, assembler, translators, all these things will come under examples of system software. These are all the examples of system software. These are all the examples of system software. Remember, to develop any system software, generally used programming language, generally used programming language is a C language. So to implement any one of the above system softwares, generally used programming language is C language. Now I have a question, sir. Where is C++ is used? Even C++ is also used to develop any one of the any one of the above softwares only. Then what is the difference in choosing C++? What is the difference? Now observe, sir, I want to develop one operating system in object orientation style. Sir, what is orientation and all? Tomorrow you are going to get full clarity about this, don't worry. So what is my requirement is, I want to develop one operating system not in procedure oriented style. I want to implement that in the object oriented style. So suppose there is something called C++ is an object oriented, and Java is also object oriented, and your Python is also object oriented. So generally, to implement any system softwares, the suitable programming language with respect to the object orientation is C++. So generally C++ is meant for to develop system softwares in object orientation. Sir, I want to develop some compiler. Which is an example of system software in procedure orientation. Sir, which language will follow procedure orientation? Your C language will follow procedure orientation. Then no doubt to implement a compiler, I can go ahead with C. So whenever, if you want to develop any system software in procedure oriented style, people mostly will use C programming language when the same system software If I want to implement in object oriented style, then most of the cases people can prefer C++ programming language. But my intention is not to know where is C used or where is C++ used. My intention is to know where is Java is used. Sir, where is Java is used? So Java is especially meant for to develop web applications. To develop web application. Now let me show you something. Where is Java can be used? So he is the father of Java. He is the father of Java, James Gosling. He is the father of Java, James Gosling. Now, so these are the various versions. Please mute your mics. So what are the applications of Java? To develop any application, railway application, airlines application, online lottery, online education, examination related, to develop a game, online quiz, online share market, news, banking application, insurance, tours and travels, courier, governments, shopping, search engines, shipping, government, architecture, online training, bookshop, healthcare, like that. In n number of ways we can use Java. These are all various possibilities where we can use Java to implement applications. So I hope everyone understood this point. So where is Java is used? Java is used to develop. Java is used to develop especially internet based applications, nothing but web applications, something called, we can call it as a enterprise applications also. Enterprise applications also. Now, sir, after learning core Java, what do I become? You are just eligible to learn the part called technology part. You are just eligible to learn advanced Java. Generally, what do I become after learning this course? N number of students question and doubt it was. You are purely eligible to learn technology. By chance in your campus interview, if you get a job, even after stepping into the company, they will train you definitely in the advanced Java part also, because nowadays almost every application is a internet based application, web applications only. To develop a web application, knowledge in the core Python is not only required, 100% you must have knowledge in the advanced Java also. You must have some knowledge in the advanced Java also. So you are just eligible to learn technology part, right? Right, that's all from me for today. So still, if you are interested for another two sessions, I'm allowing everyone to attend another two sessions. So you can take the decision about the quality of teaching, whether are you able to follow me or not. If you are satisfied with the teaching, then only you can go for payment. For any registrations or for to book your seat, P32, you can contact me after the session. P32, you can contact me after the session. So this is my number. You can reach me on 70130888104 to book your seat, or for any queries you can reach me on this number. Clear, right? Yes, I know Telugu. What do you want? Sandeep, what do you want? Right, you can reach me on phone for any inquiry. I will assist you. So for another 2 sessions, I'm allowing everyone. So happily you can attend the another 2 sessions and you can take the decision, no problem at all. So we are going to charge only nominal fees. The fees will be 500. The duration will be 45 days. What you are going to get, live plus recorded sessions you are going to get. These recorded sessions are not for lifetime validity. They are going to be only 3 months validity. Whatever the video I am going to provide, this video is not downloadable. It is watchable across multiple devices. Right, that's all from my end. Again, we'll meet tomorrow, same time.